Hey everybody, it's Brandy and you're watching Abstract Crafter. Today's video is something a little fun. I like to call it Diamond Painting's sister, or the next best thing to diamond painting. But if you're curious to see what it is, then just keep on watching and we will get into that as soon as we roll that intro credit. Why, hello, friends. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done something a little different. Kind of. Not really. So, in this box here, I have, which by the title you will have known, is what is known as painting with sequins. Not really. It's called sequin art. And there's quite a variety of them on Amazon. I actually saw this product and then the next day, So Craftastic put out a video on the same product. So I guess it's starting to become a trend. I think this could very well compete with diamond painting, depending on your thoughts and stuff once we get into it. There's a couple reasons why I don't think it'll beat diamond painting, but I got it upside down. So this is, I've seen a lot of these in diamond painting form, but let's just pull her out. This is a Gorjuss Girl sequin art kit. You can see, I'll just try to bring it up. Once I get the outer packaging on, we won't get that glare. You can see there that it's a Gorjuss Girl. This is, you're literally adhering the sequins. So if, the sparkle aspect appeals to you, then this will be right up your alley. So what it's claiming here is that you will create a sparkling picture from easy to follow instructions, and we will be the judge of that. We're going to do an unboxing of this. We're going to take a look at all the supplies that you get, and I'm going to even do a demo and hopefully be able to finish this entire thing before the video ends. We'll see. There's so many more of these. I'm going to actually, while I'm taking off this overlay wrap, I'm going to insert some pictures of the other ones that are from the same company and are the same Gorjuss Girls. So they'll probably be scrolling across as I'm talking about it. This kit in particular was $19.99 on Prime. Let's see. So it says framed polystyrene base, which is fancy for styrofoam. So it does give you a styrofoam base, kind of to act like a frame. You get the colored picture, the sequins, pins, and instructions. It is fairly simple, like instruction-wise. Like the things that may make it not as good for some diamond painters is the fact that each sequin is pinned on, if you can see from that picture. So you're literally pinning all these sequins down. And I can imagine how that might feel on the fingers after a while. The nice thing is that they're not giant like diamond painting pictures can get. So some of the ones that I saw were a little bit bigger, had a little bit more to it. But I wanted to just go based on what appealed to me, and the purple in this picture appealed to me. Now my nails are slightly they're not wet, but they're at that stage where they're impressionable. So I'm kind of being a little careful, and probably by the end of this video, they'll even have the art on them. Okay, so once we get out of the box, which I'll probably keep for reference, you can see here our material. Some of our materials are right in front. And just to go back, it looks like there's maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 colors altogether. And here is our giant bag of pins. Oh my. Oh my. Alright. So we get, let's just go through them, because that's what we would do in diamond painting. You get the purple, and it looks like the insides are, the middles are in there too. So if you really wanted to be thrifty, we'll say, you could save those as a glitter, and knowing me, I probably will. I hoard everything. So we got that really pretty purple. We got this white, which is fairly basic. Not a whole lot. No extra shimmer or anything. The kit that So Craftastic did actually had some iridescent sequins in it, which I think we might have too. We got some pink ones here. The really pretty baby blue-ish color. I don't mean ish like gross. Blue-ish. And then this I would consider like a rose gold. It's not really showing that on camera as well as I would like it to, but I would definitely describe that more rose gold. It does have like a silver hue on camera. And then we got our black right here. And it looks like these are holographic. Oh yeah. I do quite fancy myself some holographic. So altogether 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 colors. And this is the, let's move our pretty sequins off to the side. This is the base. So styrofoam, I will probably, I have to see what it looks like first before I decide if I want to paint that. But here is our instruction sheet. Like it's got a little chart down here of the colors. Oh, and then it does have a little diagram showing you use sequin cup side up. But this is the actual sheet that we will place inside the styrofoam here. And that's basically your work of art right there. All these dots are where you'll be placing the sequins, and they are spread more further apart because, as you can see, the sequins are a bit bigger than diamonds. The colors do seem to be a little bit different, and I do know that the purple goes right on the outside edge there. So the reason I chose this one is obvious. It's got the purple, and it's got like that really beautiful pattern that I love. The name of it is escaping me offhand. And I do like the Gorjuss girls. I have seen a lot of the diamond paintings of the Gorjuss girls, and I do like them just as much. Now, I probably will paint this. I don't know what color I'll paint it yet. I'll probably go with more of one of these pink colors, just because I don't want to overdo it with the purple. I might even go in with this mauve color, this dusty mauve color. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather some materials to put my sequins in, maybe some resealable bags, some containers to put them in, and I'm going to demonstrate how to do this, and then we'll wrap up. Either way, you'll get to see this finished product. So yeah, let me gather some materials and I'll demo this for you. I am really excited. I think this is going to be something super fun to do in the downtime from diamond paintings, because sometimes it kills my shoulders and I just need a break from it. So I will see you in the next clip. Well, we're ready to go. I wanted to show you, look at how big these needles are. They're as big as my thumbnail. This is going to be fun. So what I did, I put all of the little sequins in diamond painting trays just to make it easier, and then I lined them up in order of this guide here that shows, well, it's like the color guide, and then this shows kind of where the different colors go based on this. So, yay. Let's start, I guess. We will not be doing the entire thing in this video. It's just gonna take too long. And yeah, so I know the first thing you're supposed to do is pin down the corners. So let's see, and I'm gonna try to get up as high as I can, because I didn't think about that, and now I understand why you have a styrofoam backing, because what else are you gonna put the pins into? I'm really excited about this. It's not something that I think will completely replace diamond painting for me, but I definitely want to get all of the Gorjuss girls set, because they're adorable. We'll work on this together for a little bit because this will kind of be like a drill with me, but it'll be a pin with me or a sequin with me. I don't know what to call it. I do think that this is going to be kind of a fun thing, but I can already tell you right now that I'm not liking how tiny these pins are. And I have longer nails, so that's like the only thing I think that's going to save me is my long nails. So let's see. I also kind of noticed, just real quick before we start pinning, that like if you look in the dress, they are going to overlap each other. So I want to try to do that in a way that looks good, especially like in the umbrella and the hair. So I am going to start at the umbrella so that it'll kind of overlap coming down. I don't know if that'll actually look good, but that's my goal. This tray here is not even close to all the pins. I still have another big bag here of them. So I just took what I needed. So for this one, supposedly we need, because to me, 9 and 17 look awful similar. There is differences, but from afar, they look the same. So we need this pink here and white to start in the umbrella. So we'll just see how far we get. Let's see. I know it did say something. This has been a while. Use sequin cup side up. Well, I don't really know the best way to go about doing this yet, as I have not developed a good method, but we'll just go and see what happens. I can already tell that my OCD is going to get the best of me into this. Sequin number 1. In a long ways to go. Oh, they are just so staticky. I think it'll still be cute no matter what. And regardless if I finish this in the video or not, I will definitely come back and show you my progress. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if it might be better to start at the bottom and work my way up. But, oh well. I'm just going to start in the middle and work my way out. I'm not even going to be bothered to push the pins down all the way at first. I'll come back and get that when I can. I'm actually going to grab some tweezers because they're so staticky. Yes, this is very tedious. That could end up hurting your hands a lot. And there's going to be times, I think, when your pin's going crooked, and I think you're just going to have to be accepting of that, or you're going to drive yourself crazy. I'm just going to put a few of the white ones out up here. So, as you can see, I'm going to be here a while. I've gotten 3 in, and I'm guessing I'll get faster as I go along. It's all just so new. There, that one went in better. So I'll just put them in the best I can, is push the pins down. That's a lot of P's to try to say. As far down as I can get them. And then I'll just come back through once in a while and push them all down with the end of my tweezer here. And the other ones may end up pushing down on it too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one went right up my nail. That felt wonderful. See, I'm trying to push them up, the sequin all the way up, and kind of grab it with my fingers and then pin down. It's not, once I get the pin in there, I don't care if the sequin itself slides down, but I don't know how good of a method it actually is gonna be. I anticipate a lot of pokes on my part. So I also have to watch, because there's just randomly little pink ones put in there, but they don't actually change on the umbrella. They just do on the piece of paper, so make sure you don't throw that away if you get one of these. I think it's still going to be really cute. I'm still excited to hang it on my wall or in my craft off area. I'm trying to come up with a clever name for my craft area. I think I'm going to call it my studio. How professional does that sound? Let me show you what those few look like. And I don't think it's going to look super good until you get a couple rows done. I think it's going to look like me right now. I'm questioning why I do this to myself. I think once I get a little ways in, and if my fingers aren't inflamed from being poked several times, I think I'll be quite happy with it. So after this third one, this next one below it is supposed to be a pink one. So I'm trying to look at the picture at the same time and see. It's almost like they went back and did the pink ones after, because they seem to be sitting on top of all of the white ones. And I might also do that, but we'll see how everything's looking. I think I'm going to work on this a little bit. I'll come back and fill you in on my progress. And then when I'm actually done, I'll come back and show you the whole completed look. Yeah, that's where we're at. That's how I'm going to save us a little bit of time. All right, my friends, I just wanted to check in with you on the progress on this. So, silly me. I did it all backwards, and I've had to pull all of them out and redo it. So right here where it says use sequin cup side up, in the picture just looks like a flat sequin, and it was very hard to differentiate, and the picture on the box doesn't do a whole lot to help because they look flat there too at times, and then other times they look cup side up like in the pink there. And when I was working on it, like you can see up there, it's not very shiny and it's kind of flat. And I'm sure many of you are screaming at me as you were watching me tell you how to do it and showing you, in fact, the pinning process of when I started. So relax. I have fixed it. And because it was just not looking good. I was like, how does it go from looking amazing in the pictures to looking so flat and ugly? Well, that's because they were backwards, and they were not, when they're upside down like that, there's almost too much dimension, and you can compare it here to here, where I have yet to flip them upside down and fix them. But so I'm very close to finishing. I have just the outside border, which I've started down here just to kind of see what it looked like, and I gotta finish her hair and her umbrella, finish flipping these upside down and completing the umbrella, and then this is done. So then I will come back and I'll show you the complete finished progress, but I wanted to give you a little bit of an update on this so far. And in doing so with the fixing these, I was able to plan a little better and go in layers. Like, I wanted her socks to look behind, like they're behind the dress and the boots, so I put those in and then put the boots in. And like this pink layer, I wanted it to appear behind the blue, so I put that in, and then because you can see it slightly overlaps on there then, and gives you the appearance. Same with like the buttons, the pink buttons, and then, oops, we have an imposter right there. The pink dots and the purple buttons, I put those in afterwards, and what I did is, on the diagram, since it's not different on here, wherever a pink one was to appear, I went in and colored it to make it easier for myself, because it was hard to read that. I mean, most of it is self-explanatory, but when it comes to like this, where the dots are, I colored them in because my OCD will not allow me to just guesstimate. And I think it does look a lot better. The first time around, I just did it in a row, so when I'm up here, I just put the whites in and then put the pink in, and then the next layer essentially overlapped it. So I wasn't really liking the look. Yes, it was a lot of work to get down to, I think here, roughly, you can see my old dots in her hair, and then realized that I messed up and had to pull all of them out. But I want it to look good. It's an expensive product. It's $20. So I didn't want it to be just so-so. And another thing I didn't mention is I did paint the border just a pearl white. It's a little better. I was going to go purple, but I thought the pearl white would look a little bit better in the grand scheme of things. So then the other thing I'll have to do is figure out how to attach something back here, which will be easy enough with foam to make it so I can hang it, because that is something, as you can see, that is not provided. So that's where I'm at. When I see you again, we will wrap up, and I'll have her all done and finished, and I'll give you my final thoughts, and you can see how much better it sparkles down in there compared to up there. You don't get near as much sparkle. Of course, you don't really with the white anyway, but I like it a lot, especially now that I've fixed it. It was worth the pain on my fingers, because I tell you, I will never... Okay, I won't be doing another one of these anytime soon, even though I do want to do all of the Gorjuss girls. It is killing my fingers. And I have a few methods on how I achieved this to make it a little bit easier on my fingers, which I'll share with you in the final clip. So, that's where we're at, and I will see you when this Gorjuss girl is all complete. Okay, my friends, this is it, the final clip. She's done. I put her back in the box because my cat really has been enjoying coming up and playing with all the sequins. So, this little beauty, the box is pretty true to how it turns out. So I'm very pleased by that. I'll show you what I got for leftovers, what kind of garbage I encountered. If you end up buying one of these, what I recommend to make it easier for yourself. But without further ado, there she is. And my lights are shining upon her. So from bottom to top, that's what she looks like. She is super, super adorable. And hindsight, I kind of wish I would have painted the frame a different color. Something darker. Maybe the blue to kind of pull that out. Pink even. I think the dark purple would have been overkill. But let's get up close and just kind of pan down so you can kind of see at least her. One thing I will say is I wasn't super impressed with these holographic. They blend in too much and they don't stand out enough for me. I love the little detail of the eye hiding behind there. That was an easy little trick to accomplish. And like I said, I'll go over kind of my methods here. I did talk a little bit about it. And then there, in the last clip. And then there's the top of her. So overall, I think she's pretty dang cute. I do quite like it. I wouldn't mind trying the sculpture that was in this book, one of these sculptures. Though, like I said, there's a pig that's not shown here. And I would do that, or the owl. I think that owl is freaking amazing. But, as you can see from the picture, it's probably not the easiest thing to accomplish. But, go over some of these leftovers, show you the kind of garbage I encountered. It wasn't much. So, it's just mostly like weird broken pins that don't have sharp points, broken pins, and then sequins that the holes weren't, the plastic wasn't popped out. The black had a lot more like little half-C's, stuff like that, and a lot of those inner dots all over everything. They're everywhere, all over my table. And then, so I have the most of these holographic ones, which will be really fun to save for crafting. And then the colors that, you use the most of have the least amount left. It's like they give you the same amount for everything. But you can see that you get a lot of extra. So you have, and why I feel that's important is because you can be picky. Some of these, like I'll show you in the purple, because it's the easiest to show you. Some of these look better than others. And even in the camera, it's not really showing you too bad, but like you get these ones here that are super detailed and the cuts are very nice on them. And then there's like this one here that's kind of just flat and doesn't really have any kind of shape to it other than just being a dome. So you get a lot of that, but overall, once it's a picture as a whole, It doesn't really matter. And at the very beginning, you had seen that I'd put these upside down in that clip I inserted of my update, my progress update. You had seen that some of them were upside down, and it is very important to make sure that you do them so that they're domed up, because otherwise you just don't get, it doesn't look good. I was like really upset with myself for buying this and spending the $20, because they are $20 and above for the most part. I was really upset that I spent the money to get such an ugly picture, and it's like a completely different project. So yes, in hindsight, did I like doing this thing twice? No. But a couple little, and one thing is the pins. I was so worried about running out of pins, because that's not very many. When you have a huge baggie of them, to go from that to just about like 30 of them, it's kind of terrifying not knowing if you're going to have enough. But some methods that I used. So I will link this toolkit down below if it's still available. I bought this for diamond painting, and it came with a giant white tray. Let's see if I have it handy so I can show it to you, because you know I like to be as inclusive as possible. So it came with this giant white tray, which is good for diamond painting, and then it came with this, and of course a pen and some other stuff. But I bought it mostly for these tweezers and this tray. And these tweezers, if you have something like it, and I did try the other style of tweezers with the pointy tip, they were not as easy to navigate, and I don't know if it's because of the condition of mine, but they weren't as easy to pick these up with, which I think if mine weren't sticky, they probably would have been easier. So I do recommend having a good set of tweezers, either these really sharp pointy kind, or even these rounded, more blunt ones. And what I would do is, let's see if I can demonstrate, I would scoop them up with my tweezers, and then kind of make sure that they're all facing the same way. Like if I was working on the dress, I'd have a pile of blue over here so I could just go. And then with the pins, what I would do, let's see if I can just grab these as an example. I would just hold them in my fingers like this, and just have as many as I could possibly hold. And then, you know, you take your sequin, set it down, and then you're able to pull a pin instead of trying to pick it up off the ground. Because if you have nails at all, like I do, or lack of nails, like this finger, then it's going to be really, really hard to navigate. You know, and at least this is kind of like a mini assembly line. But I do recommend having a good pair of tweezers to help you in your adventure. But it was just that. It was an adventure. And I don't regret having to, you know, redo it and fix it at all. And you can see my mess here, because everything is a mess right now. My life is not clean and organized. And it's driving me crazy. Anyhow, you know, it was fun. It was something different. In the very beginning of the video, which this has taken me a little while to finish, so I think I ordered this about 2 weeks ago, maybe even 3. And I ordered it right at the same time as So Craftastic, and she had a video out on this as well. And she said it took her 4 days to complete her project. And I could see that if you're being very dedicated at working on it and doing it nonstop. But I didn't have that luxury. I had to work on it when I had a chance. And I think I had not had to take everything out and repin it, it would have taken me maybe a week working on it little by little. If I were to work on it straight, I'd say maybe you get a good 8 to 10 hours of work out of it, which seems like a lot. But as dedicated diamond painters, those of us that are diamond painters watching this, you know that 8 to 10 hours can go quick and only get a small little section of a diamond painting done. So to me, that's nothing, I guess. To somebody who doesn't have time to dedicate like that, I could see this taking a long time. So I don't really feel like it's worth $20 though, honestly. And I'll tell you why. Yes, you get a gorgeous picture. And yes, you get an all-inclusive supply, kit. I was going to say an all-inclusive supplies, but you don't. Because I still needed to bring in tweezers. I needed to bring in my trays. Sure, I could have just dumped everything in the bottom of the box and worked out of the box. I could have done it very simply. I could have done it with just using my fingers and not using tweezers. But I think that would have really, really slowed me down. And having little trays, it's a big thing. And I know that these things, you can get them for pennies on the dollar, especially if you buy in bulk. Do I think they need to include 10 to 12 trays per kit? No, absolutely not. They could get away with just doing 1 or 2 trays. They're very cheap. So I don't think it would be hard at all. And I even think they could include some cheap tweezers. For the price, I think that they could include these things to make it easier for the person working on them. Plus, you're getting and I understand the reason behind it. It's a styrofoam frame. They make it seem like you're getting this big kit with, it's framed and like here, they're making it seem like you're getting this big, beautiful frame and it's styrofoam. And I get that it needs to be styrofoam for the pins to go in, but I just think they could have dressed up or given you something to dress up the sides more. Because even though I painted it, you can't really tell. I mean, you go from that to that and it's just shiny. So I think I would have liked to go with something to disguise that a little bit. And before I hang it, I might even put washi tape on it. I haven't decided. And the other thing is there's no real way to hang this. And I mentioned that in the last clip. You don't get like a hanger on here. So I have to do that yet. And what I'll probably do is just take some string and pin it with my extra pins and just hang it that way. It's not super heavy. It's as heavy as the styrofoam. The sequins don't actually add a ton of weight. So for those reasons, I'm on the fence about if I want to recommend this to you or not. I think I really have to just leave it up to you to decide if something like this is worth $20 to you. Would it be something that you'd want to hang on your wall afterwards? Is it something that you want to take time away from your other projects to work on? Because I did put aside my diamond paintings that I'm working on to work on this. I sacrificed time to work on other things to finish this, even though I made the mistake of putting them in upside down. And that's the other thing is, though it does say easy to follow instructions, the diagram, it says use sequin cup side up. And that was, even though now it's obvious that yes, cup side up means domed, but I think at first glance, I thought it meant as a cup. So cup side, so that it was upside down the way I had it. I don't know why I thought that, but I can't imagine that I'm the only one to make such a silly mistake. So I thought it meant cup side up. So I thought it meant like this, to look like a cup. So that the walls were up, not domed. I think so. Just a simple thing. Like I said, that's not a game changer there. Otherwise, the instructions are very easy. The chart is very easy to follow along with too. Other than the pink and the skin color one looking very similar at a quick glance. And then the other thing is on the actual board, the only thing that wasn't really separated as far as colors go were the purple buttons and the pink dots. And I think that everything else was very obvious that that's where those specific colors went. So I think all it took me was just a second to color them in. So I would highly advise doing that. Just counting out where your dots are and just coloring them. Maybe even, it doesn't have to be pink because it's not going to show through. Oops. But maybe marking it in some way so you know where everything goes. Them are just my recommendations. But, it's quite expensive as well. $20 is a lot for a kit like this, when I know that the materials themselves probably cost a fraction of that. And I know they got to make money, but you're getting a styrofoam base. it's not even really thick paper. It is nicer paper, but it's not, it's not a high grade paper or anything like that. I think it could have been maybe like $12 or $13, and I think that would have been a little bit better of a price point for me personally. If you're looking at this and you are like, no, $20 is totally worth it, then I don't want to try to change your mind. It's whatever this is worth to you is what it's worth to you. So, but for me, after working on it, knowing what I spend on other craft kits, I just think it was a little overpriced. But that's just me. But that's where I'm going to leave you with this. I kind of want to leave it open-ended so that you can kind of make that decision for yourself. Let me know down in the comments, are you going to buy one of these sequin kits and try out for yourself or for somebody else as a gift? Let me know. What do you think of the overall finished product? Do you like it? Is it something that you, like I said, is it something you would work on? I'm asking the same question in different formats over and over. Come on, Brandy. Is it something you would hang on your wall? I don't know. What do you think? I'm honestly on the fence about this one because I feel like it's missing some elements that could have made it easier to work on. And then at the same time, I do have a really beautiful piece of art that I am excited to hang on my wall. And I think I was about to mention that I'll probably put washi tape on this. I don't know how well it'll stick to styrofoam, but I'll try and I'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And then I gotta try to come up with some way to frame it. So with that, that's where I'm gonna leave you. Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell so that you are notified whenever I upload videos just like this one. And with that, I will let you go. So have an awesome day. Have fun doing whatever it is that truly, truly makes you happy. I love you, friends, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.